I finished one whole wall, which was 18,600 blocks. Actually, I'm just kidding. That would be for all 4 sides. And I dug the hole deeper, but we'll come back to that later, because Seth told me a couple of days ago that he added an improvement to my raft that I totally need to check out, which absolutely frightens me. Because anytime Seth said that he's quote-unquote done something for me, that always means that it's a prank. I think he's more desperate to start a war than I am. Yeah, we're gonna go back and see what he's done. And I have absolutely no idea what he's done. I've actually had to come over in this area a couple of times since he's done whatever he's done. But because I promised him I would record, I have not actually looked. So I'm gonna look down. I'm gonna look down again, so I don't see anything. And once I feel like I'm in view of my raft, we're gonna see what's happening. Okay, so I'm pretty close. Look, if I look over here, we will see the villager trading hall in the main area. Very good. And so now, yep, I am basically facing my raft. I have no idea what he's done. It might be absolutely nothing. Let's see what he's done. What? What the heck is this? What in the... What? What in the world? Wait, what is this? Is this cobblestone? Yup, that's cobblestone. Alright, hold on. How did... What in the world? Sorry, I was bored. Bro. What? Is this just... This is just... Okay. Everything looks normal inside there. I have my furnace here. Alright, so it's essentially a big loop. Bro. What in the world? I can't even open my ender chest. Bro. How am I supposed to... How... This is both inconvenient, incredibly inconvenient, and also this is the most protection my raft has ever had. I have 10 TNT. I have no need for cobblestone whatsoever. So, here's what we're gonna do. If we light that bad boy and we jump down here. Oh, okay. So that does nothing. That does absolutely nothing! Oh my goodness gracious me, this is gonna take an eternity to get rid of. I have no idea how... I have no idea. Okay. You know what? I was gonna do something different in today's episode, and I'll still do that. But I think we need to be bored as well, so that we're motivated to do something to Seth. I'm gonna remove this first, because this is gonna take a while. So I'll be back in a little bit. This is not what a raft is supposed to look like! Okay, I have finally gotten rid of the super tall tower, and I've collected... Yeah, no, not just that much. Not just that much. But, not even that much. The rest of it despawned. That's about half of it. There was a ton. So now it's gone, and truthfully, I feel like it's only fair that we prank Seth back. You know, sorry. We're not gonna prank him. It's just because we're bored. Like he said, it's just because we're bored. I'm gonna grab a bunch of chicken eggs. A bunch of chicken eggs. As many chicken eggs as I can get my hands on. And the best place to get it is from right here in this chicken coop. Now, as you can see right here, I've picked up several stacks. That probably is not going to suffice. So, I'm going to throw some of these eggs back in here, hopefully summon a couple chickens. I think you see where I'm going with this. I mean, truthfully, it might not even be enough, if I'm being completely honest with you. It might not be enough to fill his whole place. So I'll make several trips if I really have to. Let's see what kind of chaos we can create. Into the magical doors of Atlantis. Down. And blank. And we'll spawn them kind of everywhere, but I'm thinking we'll start. Let's see. Okay, we got one. We got, okay, 2 chickens. We just gotta kind of go nuts here. Because these chickens will lay more eggs, and those chickens will provide me with more eggs, and then it'll just keep on going. It'll be great. Well, let's get some over here, too. Chickens galore! More chickens. Must have more. And we gotta make sure that they go, like, literally everywhere. So here, let's go upstairs to, like, his bedroom area. Oh, look at that. They've already run up here. This is amazing. This is exactly what I wanted to see. They're expanding. They've learned. The more, the merrier. Alright, I now need to basically AFK down here in Atlantis so I can pick up as many eggs as possible. Or maybe I'll just go back and get more eggs. That sounds like a good idea, too. This is an EGGcellent idea, if I do say so myself. Chickens! More chickens! We do not rest until chickens cover the earth. Are there still a ton in his bedroom up here? Oh, yes there are! I think this is their favorite spot, which means this is where we're really gonna lay it in thick. Ooh, look, there's a lot down here too. I think my EGGcellent plan is pretty much complete. I've been at this for way too long. And I don't want to be doing this any longer. But I think there's an adequate number of chickens in his base to drive him a little bit crazy. Let me show you. There's not... Alright, let's say this. Go into this with low expectations and you'll be pleasantly surprised. Alright? You're greeted by a bunch of chickens right when you walk through the door. And there's an egg. Okay, wonderful. They've been laying lots of eggs. Then there's a bunch on the staircase here. We walk down, you know, there's not many in the halls or anything like that. But then you're like, oh, you know, there's a decent amount of chickens in here. That's not good. That's pretty interesting. Then, you know, maybe he'll come down here and he's like, okay, let's see, how many chickens did you put in here? You know, oh, okay, just, you know, 1 or 2 chickens. Wait a minute, let me see if there's any down here. And then he's gonna see all of these chickens and he's gonna be like, wow, okay. You know, Chrome put in a decent amount of work. It only gets crazy when you come to the top and you're faced with this. I have the opportunity and I have to take it. Look at all these chickens. But seriously, look at all these chickens. There's a lot of them up here. I wish they would spawn downstairs a lot more. I wish they would congregate down here, but they don't. The other thing that I wanted to do today while we wait for Seth's reaction is I think it's about time that we make a shop. I haven't made a shop yet, and I think it's probably about time. So, here's the thing about the shop. I initially didn't know what I wanted to sell. In fact, I had no idea what I was going to sell. I was going to make like a moving caravan originally. I was going to make like a moving shop, like a wandering trader type thing, and I would just go to anyone that I thought needed something, and I would trade them. But that sounds super inconvenient. So instead, I'm going to sell what I have an abundance of. Which is sand, except it's all over at my mega base. Sand, cobblestone, which I have more of somewhere. Sand, cobblestone, and music discs, basically. It's very random things, but I'm just going to sell whatever I have an abundance of. Sand will be the main thing. Because obviously sand, in case they need it for some reason. And then there's also the fact that you can turn it into glass. Now, I think this island here would be a really good place for people to build their shops. We didn't set up like a designated shop area, but I think this would probably be one of the most convenient places. Since I'm selling sand, I figured I would bring the desert here. And I'm going to make a little pyramid. Nothing fancy, just a little pyramid. And we'll see what happens with that. I have stock for my shop. I just went back to the desert to get some sand. Like I said, I wanted to sell sand and cobblestone and stuff. So, I have some sand. It's not everything I have. I'm going to have to make multiple trips, but I just thought I'd show you. So, I attempted to light this place up, as you can see, very dimly, but it has a cool effect, I would say. Alright, we'll put sand in the center. I feel like that would make the most sense. That's a lot of sand. If we think about this logically, how much do we want to charge? Because we have an abundance of cobblestone and we have an abundance of sand. What do I want to sell each one for? I was thinking like 2 stacks or 3 stacks for 1 diamond. Because 1 stack for 1 diamond, nobody's going to buy it. 2 stacks, people might buy it, but it still seems a little bit expensive. The only issue is I know Seth has a ton of diamonds, so he'll just completely clear me out of stock if I do 2. So that's why I was thinking 3, but if I do 3, no one... then I won't make much. We're gonna do... 2 stacks for 1 diamond. That seems reasonable. And then sand. Nope, I screwed that up. 2 stacks for 1 diamond. The sand is 2 stacks because it's harder to get. Since this is easier, it needs to be 3. We'll charge a diamond per music disc. I think that's alright. I don't think a ton of people are going to buy. Oh, you know what I just realized? Julia has a coupon for my shop for this season. I gave her a coupon last season, in the very last episode. I gave her a coupon, so I have to make sure that she knows she can use it. Oh, he has 1 piece of leather. I hate to do this. Aw, you dropped no leather. I really don't want to kill the horses, but I need leather. Come here. No. Why aren't they dropping leather? Do horses not drop leather? Do they not drop leather? They've always dropped leather. I made a few more improvements to the shop, as you can see. I added some fire, makes it look a little more cool. And on the inside, I'm fully stocked. So as you can see, I have all of this cobblestone. I have all of this sand, and actually I'm not fully stocked now that I think about it. I got a little bit more to get from the desert. And I have organized all of the music discs that are currently for sale. There will be more. Now, I was debating if I should put a jukebox in here for people to test out the music discs for free. The only problem with that is I could see some of them bending that rule a little bit and just popping the music disc in and listening to it here and not having to pay for it and then popping it back in here. So, I don't know. You let me know what you think about that one. But if we go back to the whole chicken prank with Seth, some time has passed. It is the next day, or 2 days later, and I spoke with Seth in real life, and he told me thanks for the free chicken. He will never go hungry again, he said. He now has like 3 stacks of cooked chicken. So he found the prank. Oh, and there's still some chickens left, I see. I'm assuming that he killed every single one, with the exception of that one that was up there. Oh, look, there are still a couple of chickens in here. He didn't get them all. That's 2 chickens. I'm guessing some of them probably jumped into the nether portal as well. Now, the place that had the most chickens was his bedroom. And there's still chickens up here. There's still chickens up here. I say we just... We don't kill them. We just let them live on and see if it ever drives Seth crazy to just constantly have chickens in here. But a successful prank because it didn't make him go crazy. He wasn't super mad or anything. I didn't think he was going to be, but didn't make him mad. In fact, he found it humorous and he got some free food out of it. All right, and just like that, boom. Music disc. 1 disc for 1 diamond. So now all the labels are up. The shop is open for business. Now I just need a name for it. Chrome's Tiny Triangle. I mean, I know it's a pyramid, but, you know, Tiny Triangle, that's alliteration, so, you know, it sounds a little better. I don't know, what do you think? The tiny triangle. I think that's what I'll call it. I know it's a really stupid name, but that's what we'll call it. This is the tiny triangle. The tiny triangle is now open for business, where you can currently get some cobblestone, sand, and music discs. So please come shop. Now, for the last thing that I would like to do for today, it involves the mega base, because we haven't actually worked on it, and I promised that we would. Let me show you the progress that I have made so far on the mega base. Last episode I promised that I would finish the one side of the skyscraper, and as you can see, I kept my promise. All of it is covered in andesite, and it took hours and hours and hours and hours. Way too long. And I also started digging the pit out. As you can see, it's gotten a pretty good amount of depth to it so far. I'm very happy with the stuff that I've accomplished with it so far. But we do need to make more progress. We are going to dig out a little more. And there's this massive cave down here, so this will actually make this process a little bit easier. I'm going to try and get several layers down for the end of this video. So we're going to do this time-lapse style. And we'll see how deep we can get. It's not super deep. We're at 51, so I have about another, I think, 115 blocks or so to dig down. I just ran right off the edge. Whoops. Like I said, we have about another 115 blocks to go, which is quite a lot. But in the grand scheme of things, we did get a lot done. Julia helped me last night with some of these layers here. And in case you're wondering why I haven't been using TNT, hold on, let me make some TNT. Here we go. Here's why I don't make lots of TNT. If we go like right there, we go like this, and then we go like this. We step back. Let me break this guy. Yeah, 3x3x3. I could have mined it that much faster. And the amount of time it takes to collect the gunpowder, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So, yeah, that's why no TNT, really. I'm going to be sticking to the good old pickaxe. But, hopefully, again, by the time I do the next episode, we'll be several blocks deeper. Hopefully, maybe at least 10 blocks deeper. This is going to be a long process, but it's going to be fun. Sort of. Not really. It's going to be dreadful. Hey, Mr. Spider. So, lots done today. A shop, a prank, and digging. So, thank you all very much for watching this episode. I am so enjoying this season. And now that the summer is in full swing for everybody, I'm hoping to be pumping out these episodes higher quality and more entertaining than ever. So I'll see you next time.